Give a little bit of gas here. Oh yeah, this thing, look at this. Wow. This thing goes pretty quick. Wow. Yeah, this, you can tell this. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. This is Peter. In today's video, we're going to get behind the wheel of this 2023 Ford F-150 XL. Very excited because this is the first time I want to get behind the wheel of this single cab, very basic, basically the starter Ford F-150. Now, before we go on, I want to give a big shout out to Bartow Ford for allowing me some time with this F-150. Big thank you to Tim, and I'll put all their information in a link to their website in the description below. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we have this 2023 Ford F-150 XL. Now, this is a very base truck, but the awesome thing about this one here, this is a truck that's under $35,000 and is the cheapest F-150 on Bartow Ford's lot. This is basically that. This is what it is for getting the cheapest truck you can get, or the cheapest F-150. Now, even though it's a 2023, 2024s have not been out yet, they're still being built, and they have been a little bit delayed. So I wanted to grab this model here and show you guys what you can get for basically under $35,000. Now, of course, as you guys know, I've done a lot of recent heavy duties and other Ford F-150 models. The one that you probably just saw was my 2024 F-250 King Ranch. That was over $90,000. So you can almost get three of these for the price of one F-250 King Ranch. So as you can see, this is a pretty basic truck. This is more basically like something a utility company will definitely buy, but it is kind of a regular truck you can get for anybody. So before we go on, let's go ahead and take a look at the sticker. I'm going to put the sticker on for you guys up on the screen. That will look a little bit better. So here we have a 2023 F-150 4x2 regular cab, basically a 5.5 foot bed truck. Now this one here starts at just over $34,585. Now this one here, the options on this one are the $1,285 2.7 liter Ecoboost V6 engine. You also have a trailer hitch package for $315 and a chrome package for $895 for a total price of $37,825. But right now, Bartow Ford, this dealership, is giving this truck for $34,400 on the internet price, which is pretty cool. So you can get this truck for under $35,000, which is a pretty rare occurrence, especially for any type of truck today. As you know, truck prices have just gone crazy. So now, as you can see, guys, just coming around here, just checking the truck real quick. As you can see, we got this is basically the upgraded wheels. 17-inch wheels wrapped around 245 millimeter Michelin Primacy. I think they're LTX tires. I'll put that on the screen for you guys, but pretty simple tire and wheel package. Here we got your chrome F-150 XLT badge. This got a little bit of bend here. This is our functional bend here. So you can see we got here just basically your antenna, plastic mirror caps, as you can see there. And just come around here, single cab, plastic door handle. Coming here to the back of the truck here, just to get your 5.5 foot bed. No anything, just basically basic, just a static, or your basically your regular window in the rear. Nothing here to sign about. The same type of wheels. Over here, coming to the back, we have the chrome bumpers here, and this is because obviously the chrome package. Down here we have basically your tow hitch ready to go. This truck is towing about 7,600 pounds the way this is set up. It's very truck, doesn't have a ton of power, but that's basically what it is. We do have a reverse camera, as you can see there, and the bed doesn't have any type of dampening. Just have to grab it because this will go down quickly. There we go, guys. Very simple. No types of connections or any lights. So this is basically your bare bones bed here. As you can see, there's no lighting, nothing like that. All just a little bit of tie downs and stuff like that, but that's about it. Very simple here. As you can see, guys, of course, you can get all kinds of options, pro power, all those wonderful things. There's just a little bit of lights here on the right top, but no camera, nothing like that. Of course, you can get all kinds of options, the step and all that kind of stuff, but this is just what it is if you want just basic pickup. Let's put this thing back up. Pretty light, not heavy at all. So I mentioned the rear camera, Ford badge here, as you can see there, and your tow hitch ready to go with your pins. Come around over on this side, guys. This is all just regular lights. There's no LEDs. These are basically hydrogen lights. Come around over here, as you can see, guys, just a plastic thing. That's about it. Your wheels, single cab. Now coming here to the hood of this F-150, we're just going to grab that little latch, put it up, and thank you for at least putting some hydraulic shocks in this very base XL F-150. So here we have the 2.7 liter Ecoboost twin turbo V6. This is producing 325 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque, going to a 10-speed automatic transmission. Of course, this is just a 4x2 model, so basically just rear-wheel drive, so it's going to be pretty fun. Pretty light truck, and that's pretty of good power. I mean, I've driven the crew cabs, which are much heavier. This is going to be a little hoot when we get to drive it. I haven't really done any much driving except for just bringing it here about half a mile. So pretty fuel efficient engine, about 20 miles to the gallon in the city, 25 on the highway. I'll put all those figures for you guys up on the screen. This is not their base engine. This is basically kind of, like I mentioned, $1,600 upgrade. The regular really base engine is a 3.3 liter normally aspirated V6, and of course, like, you can also get a V8 as well on this XL models if I'm correct. But there we go, guys, your basic engine. This is actually a pretty awesome engine in combination. This is going to be a pretty cool truck if you want to modify it or personalize it. I think it's a fantastic platform to do it on. So there goes the plane going by. But all right, guys, here we go. This is your basic engine for this truck. Let's go ahead and put the hood down, and thank you for putting those. I was surprised this thing has hydraulic shocks for being such a base truck, but there we go, guys. Let's go ahead and see what's inside of this XL base F-150. As you can see, guys, these are all, of course, hard plastics. Like, that's kind of you expect of this base XL trucks, but this is a pretty nice pattern. But the texture on this door is pretty nice. I really like it. Kind of doesn't make me feel too kind of plasticky, but it's really nice the way they did that. So here we have your controls for the windows, power mirrors, then your door locks. There's nothing else. A lot of storage space to put your things here, and that's about it. But the good thing about it is these windows go up and down automatically, which is pretty cool. Now coming here to the inside of this XL truck, as you can see, guys, pretty base interior, just for a single cab, but it's actually got pretty good recent room, so we'll see in just a few moments. But you can see these are the plastic basically your base vinyl seats are the gray. You also got a great headliner, as you can see there, but these seats are actually pretty bad. They're pretty soft, and this thing's feel pretty rugged as well. Coming here, we got your plastic steering wheel. As you can see, guys, just controls for your minor stuff here for your cruise control and volume controls there. All this stuff is pretty plastic, as you can see here, but at least we got a grab handle here. American flag, as you can see, a bit of plastic aluminum trim here. Controls for your lights, that's about it. Parking brake, and we got some plastic mats. As you can see, it's kind of plastic floor covering here, as you can see, which is pretty cool. If you want to just wash it with some water, I'm sure that's pretty feasible to do. So all right, let's go ahead and jump in. So here we are inside of this base XL F-150. As you can see, it's basically the same thing, except you don't get the nicer quality materials or all the awesome amenities of the higher trimmed F-150s. Now, the one thing I like about this one, here we have the bench seat. You can see 3 people here. So of course, besides you can see 2 more passengers here, which is pretty cool. Now, if not, you can just bring this down and turn this into like a center console. Now, this is pretty much a base console, just a little phone place here for your phone, and basically cup holders here. As you can see there's no other way you can bring this up. This is just the way it is, which is pretty cool. Just leave it that way for the moment. Now, as you can see, guys, the plastic cover on this, or the plastic dash here, is pretty decent. It's got some pattern to it, but it's all just really base plastic interiors. We got a little more cubicle here on the very top. Now, as you can see here, we have no cover of upper glove box. This is basically just open. This is where the button will be for that upper glove box, but it's not there. Like you see, we got the lower glove box, which is pretty nice, same as other F-150s. We got a bit of aluminum trim here, as you can see there. And then over here we got a 12-volt connection, and we also have a basically USB ports. We have another set of USB ports over here, so you have a total of 4 USB ports and a 12-volt connection. A little more cubicle here on the bottom. I do have my phone over here as well. There's basically no wireless charging on this at all. You have to get to the much higher trim. Single 7 AC, as you can see, guys, just basically your base single 7 AC, your base stereo. This is got your 8-inch screen. Let's go ahead, before we go on, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the key for us, and as you can see, we got basically your key, open, close, and a panic button. That's it, but you do have to insert the key. So this is your really base truck, and let's go ahead and get this F-150 turned on. Now, as you can see, we got 75 years off F-150. Of course, this is a 2023. Now going into 2024, that's a 76 years, so that won't be included on your 2024 trucks. But this is a pretty nice, interesting interior. Of course, you get the plastic steering wheel, as you can see here, analog gauges with a small 3.5-inch screen there, or 4-inch screen there, which is pretty basic. But this is about it, guys, for this XL truck. Now, for $35,000, it's not bad. It's very comfortable. Now, I'm about 5'11", and I'm not like, I don't feel tight. This has got pretty good legroom as well, and I think it's got a little more space to go to the back. Pretty good adjustments. I feel pretty comfortable in this truck, to be honest. That one, it's one of my issues, that I thought this truck will be kind of cramped, but it's actually not. It's pretty comfortable inside here. As you can see, got plenty of room to stretch here in the back seats as well. I think it'll be a pretty nice truck if you're looking for some basic, pickup truck to store some basic things. But it's a pretty cool truck nonetheless. I like it. So all right, guys, just starting over here, as I mentioned, we got the single zone AC. Now coming down here, we got just basically a cone holder. This will be your basically your trailer assister or trailer adjustments, but there's not. This is just because you got some basic drive modes. We got normal, slippery, trial, which is pretty cool. We don't have no 4x4 on this at all. So as you can see, guys, this is just your regular tow and haul, eco, and sport. So we're gonna leave it on sport since we're that type of channel. So I just mentioned, guys, this is basically just a 4x2 model, so there's basically just your base model, nothing else. This coming up here, guys, we have your 8-inch base Sync 4 system, just basically your radio, connections for your phone, some apps you can definitely install here as well. You can see we got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, mobile apps, settings, and some features. Of course, features basically your towing capacity. You can do your towing stuff here. You can put it in. This got the tow package, owner's manual, and driver assistance. So for basic audio, I believe there's 4 speakers in this truck. So it sounds pretty decent, to be honest, for a base system. But other than that, guys, that's it. You know, that's basically your truck here. Over here we got basically your start button that's off here. There's auto start, but I want to switch that off because I don't like that. Camera button here, as you can see, we do have a reverse camera, which has got pretty decent clear graphics. We do have some trajectory lines, as you can see there, and there are some sensors there as well in the back. We'll check on in a few moments when we get going. Hazards, and basically your traction control button, and that's about it for this F-150. If we got a column shifter here, as you can see, and that's basically your manual modes here as well. Coming here to your steering wheel, cruise control here, basically buttons here for your center screen. As you can see, very basic menu here. Driver door ajar, and where's the menu at here? Vehicle is on. Okay, yes, I know. And but we got a digital speedometer there. We got some settings here. I don't think we have a tire pressure monitoring system. Let me see if we do. No, this is just kind of a really basic menu there, as you can see. But as you can see, the rest of the gauges are all analog speedometer, tachometer, and we got all the auxiliary gauges here for your tank and temperatures and all that. But there we go, guys. This is your very base XLT truck. As you can see, that's pretty nice the way it is. I like it. Let's go ahead and hear that. Before we close the door, let's go ahead and hear that twin turbo V6. Sounds pretty decent, to be honest. Sounds pretty nice and healthy brand new twin turbo V6. Let's go ahead and close the door and head out for a drive. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna actually do our column switcher and get our reverse camera set up. We do have the rear sensors there, as you can see, so we're gonna back up and just hear those sensors. The camera actually graphics are pretty decently clear, and as you can see, guys, we got some rear sensor there, as you can see, which is pretty cool. Now you can definitely focus on your hitch, and that's about it for the functions here. You can turn off your sensors there, as you can see as well. But pretty cool, pretty decently actually. I like that nice camera that Ford includes in this base truck here, as you can see. So now, as I mentioned, guys, pretty comfortable truck. I am going to actually put the AC on because it's a little bit, even though it's cool in Florida right now, it's about 59, but it is a little warm here inside of the cabin. Now 325 horsepower, 400 pound-feet of torque, and I'm sure this is probably around 4,000 pounds, this truck. I'll put that information for you guys up on the screen. Nobody coming, but this is a pretty fun, short, this is a really short turning radius of a truck. First time I'm driving this, basically a single cab, but with a pretty decently powerful motor. I mean, this thing, I drove this motor in the regular crew cab, much more, I think it was a lighter model, something like that, and it was pretty decently quick. This is gotta be much lighter, and if it's got a shorter wheelbase, so it's gotta be a little bit more fun. Now, I'm actually pretty impressed. $34,000, basically $35,000. I mean, just under that, but of course that's before taxes and all that kind of stuff. But this is pretty good truck. I mean, I think I even mentioned the payload. We could probably put around 2,500 pounds of payload in this thing, give or take. I'll find the numbers for you guys there. But this is gotta be a pretty good working truck. I mean, they don't have a ton of towing, but I think this is gotta be a pretty decently good vehicle for every day. And if we just get a little bit of that, oh yeah, this thing goes, whoa. We're on sport mode, and let's see how this thing handles. And we're gonna get in front of this truck. Wow, no, it's pretty, yeah, you can definitely feel this is much lighter. Obviously the steering is not super direct, but it's got a good feeling to it though. I mean, it's got a decently good feeling, and this thing feels pretty, looks fun. Now, because this has only got 18 miles on it, so it's a brand new truck, as I'm not gonna just floor it and use it. This is a borrowed truck from Ford. But let's give it a little bit of gas here. Oh yeah, this thing, look at this. Wow. This thing goes pretty quick. Wow, yeah, you can tell this engine is perfect to this truck, because this thing feels, actually the engine sounds very sporty too. You can feel the sportiness of this thing, and it's being such a short truck, It feels light, doesn't feel as bouncy as the other trucks. It feels pretty stable for having just a base suspension. Most of these trucks you already hear in some of these bumps, I feel this thing kind of, you know, bouncing up and down and feeling a little bit, you know, nervous. But this just actually feels pretty buttoned down. I don't know if that's the wheelbase or just basically this thing doesn't weigh as much or something. It's gotta be something that I don't know. Could be tires too, but pretty interesting truck, guys. I kind of like this thing, you know, even though this is more of your short wheelbase work truck. This thing feels pretty interesting, though. I'll be honest. It feels eager to go in sport mode too. If we just give a little look at this thing. Wow, this thing just takes off like a banshee. And I'm sure you can get this thing to drift easily. You're gonna have a lot of fun in this thing. This is a fun truck, to be honest. Doesn't feel as heavy. Feels pretty light. Obviously, now here are the bumps. You can feel a bit of the F-150 suspension that's a little more bumpy, but overall, it's actually pretty cool. Feels good. Wow, I'm surprised how quick this thing is. We're not surprised, you know, with the base V6, it still might not feel as fun, but wow, this is a perfect motor for this XLT truck, and especially in this lighter, probably in the lightest configuration you can get this F-150s in. Now, in terms of steering, well, it's got some decent directness to it, but it's bog, not a much feeling to it. But then again, for a truck like this, I mean, this thing with some wheels, I know it'd be fun if Ford made something like this, you know, but with a little bit of sport suspension on it, or make it you know, like a light Raptor version or a Tremor version, and this will be fantastic. I wish Ford would kind of play with this idea, because this is a pretty comfortable truck, and if you're looking for off-roading, this would be a perfect size for a truck too. But man, this thing's pretty fun too. I like this thing. This thing goes, man. This thing's got some good pickup, to be honest. Now, there's a bit of wind noise, not a ton. Not as much wind noise as I'm expecting at 65, 70 miles an hour, especially this being a boxy truck. And the brakes feel very good. I mean, this is probably got the same rotors around as the regular F-150, and this is a much lighter truck. Brakes have good confidence, feeling nice, progressive pedal to it. Wow, pretty impressive for this base XL truck. I'm shocked how good. Obviously, you don't have any amenities in here. There's no, you know, nothing crazy, but that'd be awesome if, you know, get something like this in, you know, in like a Lariat or something like that. I just wish Ford would give you that option to maybe do a customized F-150 like this, short wheelbase with this engine, or even if it would be fun. But I think this is the torque on this engine is just fantastic. Just, you know, my opinion, but yeah, this feels good. I mean, short truck. Wow, I'm not even touching the thing about 30-40% throttle. My God, this thing gets up quickly to speed. Wow, impressive little truck. This I can't. Yeah, those people do that turbocharge these things or build them up. These things are fun. These things are really quick. Now, this is no handling machine or anything like that, but the way it feels, the lightness it feels, it definitely feels much more lightness than any other F-150 I've driven. You know, short wheelbase. This is actually fun. I'm surprised this thing's still sitting here at this dealer's lot. Today is what is it, the 28th, 29th, the 30th day of January. I'll have to look at my phone, guys, I forgot. But wow, pretty impressive little truck for $35,000. This is a little hoot, and this is like a little hidden gem, I think, in this Ford F-150 lineup, because it is comfortable. I mean, I'm sure you can get all this kind of semi-upgraded here in this XL truck, but wow, pretty fun. Pretty decently quiet, to be honest, and I'm sure this thing in terms of fuel economy, you can definitely get 25-26 miles per gallon in this truck easily when you're just, you know, not pushing on it, being gentle with it on the road and on the highway. So let me know what you guys think of this $35,000 Ford XLT truck. I think this is pretty enough truck for every day. I think it's perfect. Got a radio, AC is on, got good decent suspension, plenty of power. I'm sure you can surprise pretty good people in one of these trucks easily. But let me know what you guys think. You know, it might be what, 36, 37,000 out the door. Wow, it's a pretty good value for this truck, to be honest. Definitely more fun than any of the you know, for the same price you can look like a mid-loaded Escape, Bronco Sport. You know, you can't get it in, you might even not even get into any Super Duty, but wow, this is a pretty impressive little truck, I'll be honest. So I do have the automatic engine startup off, because that will definitely turn your engine off. But wow, this is a really cool truck, and you can just feel the lightness to it, which is just makes that little bit difference in this trucks. and I'm not even flooring it. I'm just basically just stepping lightly on it. This thing just, the torque in this engine is fantastic. It's just great, and especially in something this light. This with a little bit of modifications and maybe a little bit of better suspension, this would be a fantastic sport little truck. Wow. It's really awesome the way it's probably one of the most fun things I've done, except for the odd, you know, the 500 horsepower, you know, Super Duty with a twin diesel V8. But this thing feels pretty fun, especially how light it feels. It's wow. It's all right, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. We're here waiting for traffic, but in the meantime, we'll conclude this video. For $35,000, let me know, guys, if you would pay for this. This is a really awesome truck, especially with this engine option. I think it's definitely worth the money and the option. For $1,600, getting all this torque and a much better fuel economy, wow, you can't go wrong with this 2023 Ford XL truck. So, all right, guys, let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys have a fantastic, whoa, oh, we picked up something there. I think that was something that we picked up on that road. But all right, guys, let me know. I think that was something that the road we picked up on the tire there. But let me know what you guys think of this 2023 XL truck. And all right, guys, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.